Okay, so there's a sudden weather change in where I live, and it's not making me feel the best right now. So, uh, disclaimer: I might not sound the best, possibly, but take a guess where I live. People who live in the state, then you know how bipolar this weather is here. It's bonkers. Today, I want to talk about what I've learned from 5 years of journaling, and I'm going to show you all my journals here. All of this, it's all my thoughts, emotions. I'm going to tell you why I started doing this, and obviously what I've learned. So to recall why I started journaling, I was about around 18, and I was inspired by somebody to start doing it, and I actually wanted to do it for a while when I was younger, and I think I've kind of already started journaling, but not in the way of having an actual journal. There would be times, and I think throughout like middle school and high school, I would leave little reflective notes for myself, kind of giving myself a note for myself in the future, what I was thinking at the time, inspiring to do, and goals that I want to achieve. But I think the build up to journaling was inevitable, and I think I started doing it towards the end of high school, and because I was going through so much stuff, and I had to put my thoughts somewhere, so I would do it in my notes app, and then sometimes write it out like on paper. But eventually, I got an actual journal, and I'm thankful because now I've kind of addicted to doing it. I do it every day, and it's something I really enjoy doing, just reflecting on my day and what's going through my head in the moment. What am I mostly just, you know, immerse myself with? What am I just going through at that time? This day has been pretty impactful for me in the last couple of years, and I'm very grateful I started doing this. I just don't see myself stopping. I think this collection here is gonna get bigger and bigger, and I'm gonna talk a little more about what I've learned now from journaling. I think the biggest thing I've learned from journaling is just self discovery, learning more about myself. Because when you write down your thoughts and you write down your day, you can observe yourself from an outside perspective and kind of understand maybe their thinking patterns and your behaviors and things that you do. See what's important to you, reflecting on a lot of aspects in your life and just who you are and your personality. And I think journaling has had a big impact on that for me. It's also just very helpful to deconstruct thoughts and just break them down and realize where they're rooting from. Because when you're overthinking and you have so much in your mind, so much in your head, and you need to get it out somehow, you need an outlet. Journaling is the perfect thing to do for that because it's just you can put all your thoughts in one place and you can analyze and observe what you're thinking at that moment and maybe look at it at a different way and not be so absorbed into what you're overthinking about and feeling anxious for it. And it's something very helpful. And I think if you're an overthinker, I think it's something that you probably I would suggest doing and I advise because it's so helpful to just break it down and look at your thoughts from an outside perspective. Journaling is also just a great outlet for processing and regulating your emotions. I think for me, this has been very helpful, and I can look at my emotions and what I'm feeling at that moment, especially during very, very difficult times. And I can, sit with them and let them out because you can hold so much up in here for so long, and you can talk to somebody too, which is another way of letting it out. But I think if you're maybe not have, if you don't have the options to do that, and you feel like there's so much needing to get out, it's a great way just to let things process and just get them out there. It's more like a relief for me. It's really relieving to let out what I'm feeling at the moment and have that weight off because that's what it feels like. I also just really like the privacy of having a journal and having no one look at it. Like I would not show anybody what I'm thinking. Like I don't see myself sharing any of my journals, and I think a lot of people who do that too probably can relate. It should be a safe place, and I don't want to violate that safe place, and because it's just something that I put my inner world in that, and it's a safe place. It's also very helpful when you're tracking progress in a goal that you're trying to achieve, and because you can be accountable for yourself and be real, but writing down the process of what you're doing every day or what you're doing every week of that thing you're trying to achieve. And it has that level of accountability because you can tell yourself, did I do this today? Did I did this and or did I do enough? It's that kind of tracking that I really enjoy doing as well, and I've learned to do. Okay, so that's basically what I've learned from journaling. Oops, I dropped all of it. Basically, what I learned from all of it, but I want to share some advice to people that might be interested in starting journaling and maybe don't know where to start, and I want to offer some advice for that. I suggest you buy a physical journal, something like this. I think I bought this at Walmart. Like, I think this is my first one, or no, I think it was something else. But yeah, you could buy like a basic journal like this. It costs like a couple bucks at like Walmart or whatever store you buy it from. Or you could buy a really nice one. This is a really nice one I bought from Amazon, and it wasn't too expensive, but I thought it looked cool. It looks cool. Looks like something like a traveler would use. But definitely start small. No need to write full pages already, and if you already have a lot in your mind, go right ahead. But also be consistent with it. I suggest try doing it for like a week. Maybe if you can do a week, maybe like once a week or once a month. I think with journaling, it shouldn't be something that should be seen as like a self improvement kind of way of showing that you're doing something, impactful to yourself, like in a way that it's not with the right intentions. That's why it's important to have genuine intention behind it because if you don't, then it's not going to be that helpful. And so, what to write about? You just write about your day. Honestly, I usually start with my day, what's going on, what's had a big impact on me that day, and what I'm feeling at the moment, what I'm thinking, and as I mentioned, tracking goals or progress that I'm doing, relationships. You could use prompts if you're stuck. There's a lot of prompts you can use online. I don't use any prompts personally, but you can they're helpful if you're feeling stuck. And I think one last thing, just be honest with yourself when you're doing these journal entries, because it's a safe place for you to be honest with yourself. It's I think it's the best way to just build a relationship with yourself. And as I mentioned, it leads to finding more about yourself, self discovery, and trusting and get to know yourself a lot more. For me, this is just quite insane, just knowing that all my thoughts and you know everything that in my life that I've just been through, it's all in here. I don't know. I think that's just to me, it's kind of crazy, but also kind of cool. But that's all I got for you. Let me know if you have any questions about journaling, and I'd be happy to answer. And if you found this helpful and you like this video, of course, check out more of my videos on my channel. And yeah, I'll see y'all later. Thanks for watching.